I ran the numbers back. I'm at 10 million.
You done that in the first 40, 50 days of the year. Like how?
You have to get around the right people and just go. When you are around top producing, high producing people, your productivity will increase 15%. I'm gonna tell you now, you're not gonna Instagram aesthetic your way into luxury listings or luxury clients. I tell you, you're gonna have to grow and build your relationships. You gotta get in the right room.
There's no way a realtor can watch your page every day, watch your lives, watch out your content, do your trainings, and not go be a top selling realtor in their market.
It has to work or it has to work.
Welcome to Circle of Greatness. I'm your host, Nehemiah Davis, and I'm so excited about this episode. When I talk about, I'm bringing you one of the biggest. I'm talking about Girl Boss. I'm talking about one of the biggest brokerages in Atlanta, one of the top selling realtors in Atlanta. I'm talking about businesswoman. I'm talking about host. I'm talking about investor. I'm talking about developer. And there's no one other than Quiana Watson. What's up, sis?
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for coming on the show. How you feeling?
I feel good. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you.
What
Thank
an
you so
introduction. I'll be forgetting I'm doing all those things.
You doing all of them and more, right? And I'm so grateful for you. And I want to just say, you are committed to excellence. You like everything you do, you give it everything you got. And I'm taking notes. Everybody else taking notes. Did you ever think that you would have one of the #1 training programs in the world? Did you ever think you had one of the biggest and best brokerages in Atlanta, right? Did you ever think you would be one of the top selling realtors in one of the top selling realtors in the United States? Like, was that a vision of yours earlier on, or it just happened? Like,
it just happened.
Okay.
For me, it was, I want to be great, right? And with wanting to be great, all of that other stuff comes with it.
Yeah.
I just knew that I wasn't looking to my left or to my right.
Yep.
I just was running my own race.
Yep.
And I wanted to make sure that anything I put my name on, everything that I do it at a high level, and I do it with the intention of it being excellent.
That's good.
And what comes with being excellent and operating in that way is you're going to be #1 because
Right.
who else but you,
Right.
right?
That's good. I saw you say already in the year, we in month 2. You personally, I think, already sold over 8 or 10 million in real estate. I'm talking about you sold what it takes somebody maybe a year or 2 years to sell. You done that in the first 40, 50 days of the year. Like how? Like how are you doing this? Like
one thing about it is I'm not playing with nobody. Let me tell you something. If you ever think I took my foot off the gas, all I did was switch feet. Ooh. Let me tell you that. And please don't take it lightly. Yeah. I just decided that I'm winning. And when I was thinking about that, like, especially in the metro Atlanta area, yeah, that does take somebody a whole year to sell. Yeah. And I ran the numbers back. Yeah. I'm at 10 million.
Wow.
Let's
get it right.
Clarify.
Let's clarify. 8 figures in real estate already. This year.
So what comes with that is I'm diligent.
Right.
And I have the right relationships. Yeah. And whenever there's an opportunity that comes to me, I don't hesitate. I execute quick.
That's good.
That's how I'm able to get here.
Let me ask you, where did you get that characteristic? Like, do you believe, are you born with execution? Is it learned? Like, where did you get that? Let me go get this done and let me get it done now.
I want to say it all started, and I got to give this to just the circle of people I'm around. Yeah. I want that kind of go get it. I already had it, but starting in 2020, I feel like when the pandemic happened and everything started to like catapult, you got like Earn Your Leisure going crazy. Then it's like Circle of CEOs and I'm in this group with all of y'all and everybody is just going after everything they want. Him 500, her 500, watching all of that, watching Helani and her husband. And I think what happens is success leaves clues, 100%. Right? And when you're in that type of environment, you can't help but want to say, oh, they doing it, I can do it. All we do is talk about ways to be excellent. And I just applied that to my business model and I just kept going.
Wow. So I tell people all the time, there's power in proximity.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not even around, if you're seeing it and you're focusing on it, there's no way a realtor can watch your page every day, watch your lives, watch out your content, do your trainings, and not go be a top selling realtor in their market.
It doesn't make sense. Let me tell you. It's a quote that I came across, and it's literally a statistic. It says, when you are around top producing, high producing people, just being around them, your productivity will increase 15%.
Wow.
But if you are around people that are producing at a low level, underproducing, your productivity will decrease 30%.
Wow.
That tells you the power in proximity.
Wow.
You have to get around the right people and just go.
Man, wow. That attitude is powerful, right? Just being able to do that. Now, let me ask you, you said something earlier that I didn't always have. You said everything you do, you commit to it with a level of excellence.
Absolutely.
Like, for me, I didn't get there until I got fired from my temp job and realized like I really got to commit to something. Like, I'm assuming you're committing with excellence because, you know, that's how. I'm assuming you're committing with excellence because that's how you want the world to know you. But is this something that you've always had, or is this something like this is?
It's in me.
Got it.
A lot of it got to be in you. It's not on you. So let me tell you, I come from. Oh, you see the glitz and glam now, right? But I come from very humble beginnings. Yeah. So when I came to Atlanta, I moved to Atlanta by myself, no job. I only had $5,000 saved. And I just figured out I'm going to make it here. No friends, no family here at all. And when I got here, I was just hungry for success. And when I was working, like, for example, I was working in my leasing job, right? I got a leasing consultant job.
Was that in real estate?
That was in real estate because I'm helping them.
Is that your first part of getting in real estate?
Yes, my first part of getting in real estate. I already had my real estate license, but I won't sell it. That's why mentorship is important. So I got into leasing. And I was the #1 leasing person at that company within the first 60 days. They promoted me to marketing manager by the time it was 6 months in because I would come in early. I would stay late. I would follow up with every lead. I was selling. And that's the level of excellence that I went from. So it was a fast track from leasing consultant, marketing manager, assistant property manager to property manager. And I did it in record time. The largest property I was on was 415 units and I was making my company money. And what people don't recognize is my experience from that corporate world. I did that and that's who I am as a person. So I took those same principles and applied it to my entrepreneurship. See, it's in you to want to operate at a high level. When other people was leaving the office, I'm still in there. I'm like, no, this person said they want this 2-bedroom. I'm trying to get my commission. I'm trying to make sure I handle my business. And it's just a part of who I am. I don't want to do nothing halfway.
Wow. Let me ask you this. So with that attitude of just giving it everything you got, like, here's I'm keep speaking to people. I'm speaking to people of your stature, of like myself. It's like 2024, 2023. We're working harder now than ever in. You don't have, Quiana, you don't gotta work for, like, you don't gotta, when I say you don't, like, you have realtors in your office that if they go work, you're going to generate revenue, right?
Absolutely.
So I got to ask you, Q, so right now, like, you got investment properties, like, you got all type of things going on. And if you really wanted to take your foot off, you could because of, you got a brokerage, you got a lot of things going on, but you're working harder now than ever. I'm working harder now than ever. I'm trying to get my message across to people that, why aren't you working hard right now? Like, why are you chilling when some of the people that you may look up to, they working harder than we working hard right now. Why aren't you? So why is that grind and that work ethic so important right now?
Because I want to leave a legacy, right? And I want to be representation. When I woke up and recognized, when I just got recognized as being a global brand ambassador with M Magazine, right? So I'm in the same article with Ryan Serhant, these huge brands, these huge names. It hit me like representation is so important. I am a double minority. I'm a Black woman in America being in this category. So I just got so much more I want to accomplish. And even though I'm working harder, I'm still at the same time working smarter because I do have a team. So I look at myself as being like the face of the business. I got to get out here and I got to grind and I got to work and I got to build these relationships. So my goal with my team, I tell them, I'm out here getting the business. Your job is to manage it.
That's good.
You see what I'm saying? So,
say that again.
So I'm out here getting the business.
Yeah.
Their job is to manage it.
That's good.
So I'm being the face. I'm putting our name out here. So people come to Watson Realty Co. Thank you for coming in. All of my agents, we have the same system, same processes. They're operating at the same level of excellence. So they're going to work with them and let me continue to spread this brand message across the world.
What about Quiana? You should be doing what I'm doing. You ever get like, what about if somebody say something like, you know, sometimes they want you, hey, you got to be in this meeting. No, you need to be in that meeting. Like, what about, you ever get that where it's like, essentially like, I'm at the same spot. It's like, I need to go get the work. I need to go out here. But sometimes it's like, well, I need you to come on this meeting. That's what you need to be doing.
Yeah, I'm a great manager, but that comes from my property management experience. Yeah. I was managing 7 people. You know, I'm used to that. Got it. So I know how to manage expectations. I have my SOPs. You know how I am. You've worked with me, 100%. So I'm very detailed in the back end. So they know what their part is, and I'm going to show up and be the face and be the brand ambassador and do my part. Good. And I don't let people come around me and work with me that don't understand my role, because 100%. If they don't understand my role, they'll always try to pivot into my lane. You can't come over here. This is my lane, but you have something that's very important that you're doing right here. And as long as you do that, we gonna all get to the finish line.
When are you having that conversation with a person?
Before I even bring them in, this is a hiring conversation.
Got it, okay.
Because I want them to understand what they're getting into.
That's good.
You know, when we have, even with my company, Watson Realty Co., you're all independent contractors. Yeah. I give you the systems, the resources, everything that you need. I'm going to leverage my platform to give you more exposure, but it's up to you. I can give you everything that I have, but it's up to you to execute. Yeah. I can't execute for you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this, though. Is there anything you're looking for where you can tell if this person is an executor or not? Because I've learned that you could say anything.
Oh, yeah.
But when you come in here and work, I'm like, damn, all that crap you said was bull. Like it wasn't what you was talking about. You ran this, you did all. I'm like, you must didn't do what you said. Like, what?
Let me tell you, I think especially in real estate, they like get a disc test, see if their personality match, all that. I like to get that, but that's like number 5 on my list.
Got you.
If I interview you for a position, this is a sales position, right? How many times did you call me? How many times did you follow up with me when you left that interview? Yeah. See, I'm going to hire the person that texts me, hey, it was great meeting you. Then send me a detailed email that night. Then follow up with me that morning and let me know, hey, I'm still interested in the opportunity. Then follow up with me again. I'll give you an example. My agent, Bree, she's my second admin assistant I hired. This girl stalked me at an open house, came to my open house, would not leave me alone. Then she left my open house, sent me a message. Then she was watching my stories, and everything I did, she said, if I work for you, you wouldn't have to do that. I would go to a listing appointment. If I work for you, I would be able to help you with that. If I work with you, I could be there for that. And I was like, oh, you hired. See, I'm looking for people, because if you can't do that with me, then you're not going to do that with the opportunity. Yeah. So I want people that are hungry. Yeah. And you can tell by the way they treat you. Yeah.
Let me say something. There's 2 things I want to say. First off, if y'all just listen, she just told you how to work for Quiana Watson. She just gave you the legit blueprint. Like, I would just literally go watch this last snippet 5 times, like do everything. Now, let me say this. She promote her open houses, but she don't be there. She got a team, y'all. Let's get it very clear. But you might catch her at one of them $10 million ones. You never know. But you said something so key about just, that's hunger though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they don't make a lot of them like that. That's that.
They don't.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, it gotta be in you, not on you.
Exactly. It gotta be in you. That's why even with my company, most brokerages are recruiting and hiring and always bringing people in. The doors are closed here. Ooh. And when I do open the door, if I do let somebody in, they've already shown what they can bring to the table, because it doesn't make sense to bring somebody in that's not ambitious, that's not going to bring money to the company. Yeah. I was literally saying this in my online training group. A lot of agents, y'all are choosing aesthetics over productivity.
Tell me about that.
So you want to, they taking pictures on the countertop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, they doing walkthroughs of these $1 million houses, but you're not listing them, you're not selling them. Wow. You're not even serving the clients that want to work with you, the everyday client that's buying a $500,000, $600,000 house. Yeah. You're not even invested in understanding how you can obtain that client. You just aesthetically want to look pleasing on Instagram. That don't pay your bills. Wow. And that's not going to grow your career.
You know what they doing though? They looking at you, and they think you just look fly.
That's not it though.
They don't know how much work go like you listing you.
Yeah.
I watch your story. You like, just put this under contract. Just listed this, reviewing these deals. Like, you are actually working.
Yes. And
that's what I think they missing.
That's the part y'all
missing. So you blaming yourself, huh?
I blame myself for that. I make this look so good.
Yeah.
I make it look so good.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. I'd be like, yo, you need to go find out what she doing. Like she got it all figured out here. But I think the part that they're seeing the aesthetics, but they're not seeing the work.
That's the part that's missing. That's the part that's missing. And you know, even for me, I'm dropping my own YouTube series, right?
Go.
And the reason I did that, I said, let me bring them in on what happens behind the scenes. So you're not just looking at the end result. You can see the work that it takes. Because if I'm going to represent the real estate world and I'm going to inspire you, I want you to be inspired by everything I do. Not just the end results, not just the aesthetics.
That's good. It's so funny, right? So aesthetics. You were on your live the other day. They said, Q, you should do a get ready with me. And you like, no, I'm going to do the series where I'm showing you, I'm in the trenches. I'm showing you everything. So you know what it takes to go get it.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. We all have to draw the line somewhere when it comes to protecting our privacy and what makes sense for your brand.
100%.
I'm going to be fly no matter what. I would be fly if I worked at McDonald's flipping burgers. It's who I am as a person. I want y'all to know that.
It's in you.
It's in me. I very rarely miss, when it comes to the aesthetics. But I'm not about to feed into that for my brand. You know, that's for someone else. That's not for me.
100%.
You know?
But that's important, knowing your brand.
Absolutely.
Like you have to know who you serve.
Yes. So
let me ask you this question. And this may help some realtors here. I feel like you do an amazing job like showing the big houses, the $1 million, the 10 million, like a couple questions I have for you. I want to start at that level. How do I start? How do I position myself to start there? That's one question that I've had for a realtor that's listening. And let's start with that one. Another one.
I got it. That is were you born into luxury? Are you surrounded around people that are actually living that lifestyle? Yeah. Is that your circle of people? Mm-hmm. Like circle of greatness, right?
Yeah.
Do you have that circle of greatness? And if you don't, you're going to have to build it. People think you cannot, I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to Instagram aesthetic your way into luxury listings or luxury clients.
Right.
You're going to have to do that by building relationships with those people.
100%.
And being in the same room. So my big deals come from being in the rooms with people that are operating at a high level, people that are operating in excellence. And so I might be at the red carpet. I might be at the fun birthday party, but that same person that I'm taking a shot with at the party, those are the ones buying the $2 million and $3 million and $4 million and $5 million houses with me because we have a relationship. So I tell you, you're going to have to grow and build your relationships. Yep. You got to get around the right people. You got to get in the right room.
Yeah, and stay in the room. I tell people, get in the room and stay in the room.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I see you every other month at an event or something we're at. And
I'm not playing this year. Yeah. I feel like last year, I'm outside. Yeah. Last year, I took time off and gratefully, everybody was like, nah, we're going to still keep inviting her. Yeah. I said one time, Neo ain't inviting me to nothing else. It was like a whole year straight. And I'm like, no. I was like, just invite me one more time.
And you came too.
Yes, I did.
I appreciate that. But I know I'm so happy that you were able to take a year off and everything still runs.
Oh, yes.
That's powerful.
Oh, yes.
Let me ask, what made you think, what made you say I'm going to get a brokerage? Because most people stop at just being a realtor.
Right.
You said, let me get a brokerage and then let me train and help all these other people. What made you say, because that's the next level for a realtor. It's
Absolutely.
Like, I believe after 3 years, you can own a brokerage.
Yes, you can.
Why are more realtors doing it, and what made you go brokerage?
I feel like they don't understand the scaling part, or maybe they got to think about what their succession plan is going to be. For me, it's like I had to think about my succession plan. I'm always thinking 3 years, 5 years, 10 years ahead of time. And I have such a huge market share in Atlanta. So I built this brand. People know that Quiana Watson name. So because of that, I knew when I launched my brokerage, it would give me more freedom. I would have the ability to control the culture and how I want to position our brand, and we would still grow. And if you are an individual agent, my advice to you, if that's your plan, you need to start positioning yourself now for 3 years from now. Don't over market the big company that you're with. You need to market yourself so you can decide if that's going to be your succession plan. And it works. It just absolutely works for me.
Hey, what's up, guys? If you're looking at this, I want you to stop what you're doing. Go to QuianaWatson.com right now. If you want to buy a home, if you want to sell a home, you want to learn how to become a top selling realtor, you can find all of those things today at QuianaWatson.com, as well as you could check her out on Instagram as well. Let's get back to the episode. That's good. And because I'm literally, I talk to people and I'm like, well, man, I'm like, you should check out Trey. He does a great job showing luxury.
Oh, shout out to Trey. I got something coming up with him too.
That's love.
Yeah.
Ladies, you got to check out Quiana. Like, they're like to me, they're the epitome of showing you like you can go ahead and start there. But even not start, you can start there with the right network, like you're saying, but that don't mean you still not selling the smaller homes too.
Oh,
you still selling
Let me tell you something. Everything, let me say something. Yeah. Everything gets sold.
Right.
I just have what happens is I have a team.
Yeah.
I have a team within my brokerage.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Q Watson team, Randy, Selena, and they're in the field. I have a broker, one of my developers, he builds like $400,000 houses in McDonough. House got sold.
Is that Delphine?
No, Delphine, she builds the luxury houses.
Okay, got it.
So Delphine builds the luxury houses.
Crazy.
So SLB Construction, that's going to be with Stacy.
Okay.
He's building $400,000 houses in McDonough, listed and sold, still get sold, right? But what happens is I let my team manage those. Yeah. So that's why you got to have a team, because I can only be stretched but so far.
That's good.
But there is not one price point. I'm going to tell you, there is not one price point that we do not serve.
That's good.
Come on over here. You're going to get you're going to actually get excellent service no matter the price point, because that's our point. Our goal is to grow with you.
Yeah, that's good.
Let me give you that one tip where people think about luxury.
Yep.
I always love to give this example to from my girlfriend Crystal. Shout out to Crystal Hazlett. She's on Sisters on BET, and she has her own shows
on Instagram.
Yes, and she has her own shows, Atima. Y'all check it out. Yep. But most people see me hanging with her now just because they didn't pay attention to her or me when we first started our relationship many years ago. I want to say 2017. 2017 had to be. I helped her buy her first townhouse. Yep. And that townhouse was right below around $500,000. Yep. It wasn't a multi-million-dollar estate. Yep. We both were grinding. I didn't have Watson Realty Co. She was yet to be on television. Yep. She was still working alongside Tyler Perry. Yep. And from there, we just built a relationship. I had been to all her birthday dinners. Yep. We have been staying in touch with each other. She referred me to her photographer. Shout out to Kayla. She had been helping me as I was building my brand, because she was in design, like wardrobe design. She was like, Quiana, buy this, wear this, wear this. And so we organically grew from that townhouse to helping her buy a multi-million-dollar house, helping her sell that multi-million-dollar house, and helping her buy another multi-million-dollar house.
Crazy.
But y'all don't see that because you don't grow with your clients and you don't keep in touch with your people. Wow. You never know where they're going to go. Ooh. So we're talking 2017, now 2024. Not only has she purchased and sold many pieces of real estate with me, she has put me in rooms that I wouldn't have been in because of her celebrity status, right? Yeah. And we have a organic, true friendship.
Yeah, which is the best.
That is how you grow. Because you grow into luxury if you don't come from that background.
Wow. You know what's so crazy what you're saying? Q, the thing is, it sounds boring to people. Like, you don't know, keep building with your people.
Yes.
And continuing to build. Like, that's a return like anything else, but it isn't seen fast enough. It doesn't, but that is the way right there.
It doesn't seem fast enough, right? Yeah. You got other ways you can do it. Yeah. You got other ways you can do it. You can insert yourself into rooms, right? If you got the money. Yeah. And I always said, if you got the money, because I tell people, Jesus is my PR. Yeah. I end up in all these rooms because people rock with me heavy, right? Yeah. I've been around for a while, but hire PR. Yeah. Get in different rooms. Mm-hmm. And when you get in the room, make sure you do something, say something, or be something that they can remember.
Wow. That's good.
You know?
Get something, be something.
And when you do that, you never know what opportunities can come of it. So you can try to skip the process, like position yourself for the relationships. Yeah. But when you do that, you gotta be prepared to be something, do something. That's good. That they remember.
I got a question for you, because I struggle with this, and you're probably going to say, for me personally, for you it may be different because I think it's a part of the whole luxury brand, right? I tell you, I never saw you ever miss, ever. And you say, and you won't ever see me miss. But my question for you, I be telling people all the time, I be walking out looking like a bum. Like I just don't be caring about what I be looking like. Me personally, it's just on some regular stuff.
Right.
And I was like, will it help me make more money if I look flyer? Now, in your case, I think it does. But I'm trying to understand, why should I go get fly? Should I be every day on my, I'm trying to understand.
Let me tell
for
you
me.
why.
I haven't figured it out.
I'm going to give you a prime example.
Yeah.
We have in our head what we feel like professionalism and success looks like.
Yep.
And we can try to fight the system. We can make, especially for us as minorities, right? We can say, well, Bill Gates wears a t-shirt and this person wears that. That's okay. But are those is that your ideal client?
Facts.
If your ideal client looks like you, then you're going to, for me, I'm going to dress up regardless. But to give this example, my first cash luxury client came this was many years ago, 2016 or something. She reached out to me on Instagram and I thought she was playing. She was in London and she was like, she asked me about some fur coat I had on. I told her where I bought it. She sent me a message and said, hey, I want to buy a house with you. I thought she was playing. She sent me her bank statements, flew into Atlanta, bought an entire house cash.
Wow.
Like we visited 3 houses, bought a house cash like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
And it all started from me responding to her about where I got like a fur coat from.
Crazy.
You never know who your ideal client is going to be. I don't say remake who you are as a person to try to attract that person, but I will say real estate is still considered a business professional field.
Yeah.
And if you're consistently unpolished and you have not proven yourself in the marketplace, you don't have those relationships, it's going to be real hard to create them.
Right. That's good. That's good. So I'm going to start debating if I look a little bit better. I'll be trying.
I feel like you've been doing good lately.
Yeah, because they've been telling me. They kept getting on me like, bro, you look bad. Especially David Shands. He was killing me. Bro, your stuff wrong. That's when I started wearing all the Milano and all this. I like wearing a lot of the local brands.
You're gonna rock. You're gonna rep Philly. You're gonna rep your set.
I'm gonna rep Philly.
I love Milano stuff. I had a dress and jacket.
Yeah.
I did a whole little video with her.
Was that
fits.
your the colorful one, gray and pink?
Yes, the gray and pink.
Fire.
Oh, it was fire.
Yeah. And I love her clothes. She do.
Shout out to Milano. She's amazing. Amazing.
Y'all see what I'm wearing? Got the Milano on today.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's powerful of where you can go when you fully commit, right?
Yes.
And recently, I know you just recently got divorced.
Yeah.
And it's like you didn't miss a beat. Like, and I know I've never been through that, so I know it's, how do you bounce back? Like, I'm talking about your confidence is at an all-time high, which is, I've never seen you not confident since I know you. I mean, I never saw you not make money. Like, it's like nothing has happened. Like how do you, like, how have you managed that? How have you overcame that or going through that? Like, I know it could be a lot. I haven't went through that, but it's like, it seemed like you good. Like,
I want to say, and respectfully, I was married for 10 years, right? Yeah. I put a lot into that marriage.
Yeah. They hard work.
Oh, it's hard work.
Yeah,
I still love my ex-husband, and that's with all my heart. I still love him. I wish him whatever God has for him. But when there is a level of betrayal and certain things that happen, as women, I think as women, you have to decide, can I look myself in the mirror and still say I love myself and forgive this person and still stay with them? I can forgive you without reconciliation. Yeah. And I think for me, I can forgive you without reconciliation. Yeah, exactly. So
what that mean? Just so I can understand.
So that means it's like, listen, I can say I love you and I forgive you, and I can empathize with why you make those decisions, but we can no longer be together.
Okay, got it, understood.
And that I came to terms with it. Yeah. And I know for me, I was a good wife. Yeah. I'm a great person. I did not deserve what he did to me. I didn't deserve that level of betrayal. And I was hurt. I was hurt by that. And what made me say, Quiana, this is happening. People go through things. This is happening. You want to grow through this. Yeah. And when I was really in the thick of it, I had to continuously remind myself of who I was, right? Yeah. So I'm in the thick of all of this. It's Invest Fest weekend. I hosting an event. I'm doing all of this.
With Terica, you hosted that event.
Listen.
I mean, I couldn't tell nothing. I'm talking about you did that. Me and Terica say, yo, that was a heck of a hosting, Quiana. She went crazy.
That's what made me say, I said no to Invest Fest.
Wow.
I said no. Matt was like, Quiana, you're not going to do it? I'm like, no, I'm not doing Invest Fest this year. Yeah. And then when everything went down, I was like, I'll do it. I mean, what else I got going? Then I host an event at my office, right? So with me deciding to do Invest Fest, I wanted to say, let me get back around the love. I needed to get back around the love of the people, because when you're going through a breakup, you can either do two things. You can fall into a depression and get deep down, or you can do things that bring you joy.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
I said, I always find joy when I'm around people and getting support and, just in my element. So I chose to, instead of choosing to kind of go deep down into like a hole and depression, I chose, let me focus on the good, right? And I'm doing good things out here. I'm doing actually great things out here. And from hosting events and selling more real estate, creating more relationships, I found joy in that. And then I found some additional joy. I'm in therapy. I go to therapy. Let me tell you, I highly recommend therapy. Therapy has helped me to recognize I needed a hobby. So I started doing Pilates.
Okay. Shout out to Tiffany Latoya. I be watching y'all on there again. Yeah.
And shout out to
what
Tiffany.
Is it? TAW? Thin is the wind?
Oh yeah. So shout out to Tiffany Latoya. That is my girl. I feel like she has been the closest friend to me as I'm navigating into this single world.
She's amazing.
And she was like, Pilates, let's just, I need a hobby. I didn't have a hobby other than making money.
Yeah. It get boring sometimes.
It's like, I need to find something else
100%.
to do. So I would say I didn't miss a beat because I focused on the self-love.
Yeah.
And as women, I think we pour into everyone else and we allow ourselves to say this relationship didn't work. Oh, something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Or I did something wrong. And I had to say to myself, no, I did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me. It just happened. And I'm going to grow through this. And I'm not going to let this break me.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to allow it to break me. And me and my ex-husband, we have an amicable relationship. We're not arguing, fighting at this moment. Yeah. And we still have a development property we have together that we're selling. I just want to say it's just something that happened. Yeah. And I never want women, I think as a woman, we have to sometimes look at ourselves and say, let me say this clearly. I am not the brand ambassador of leaving your man. Honey, if you need to stay with your man, if you want to stay with your man, if you can look yourself in the mirror and love yourself as much as you love your man, stay in your relationship. I am not saying leave your man, but I am saying you got to love yourself.
Sometimes it seems, and I don't know if I'm saying this right or wrong. Sometimes it's also harder if you aren't generating revenue too. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
The thing about you a boss.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so I know it seems, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying something right or wrong.
You're saying the right thing
for the world, but it's sometimes harder if I don't know what to do now.
That's why, as women, you need to have your own so you can stay where you want to stay, not where you need to stay.
Let me ask you. So when you say that, right? Just say your husband, you're taking care of home, or wife taking care, however it is, and they didn't have to do anything. You still think, you need to figure something out. You don't need to go do something.
I would figure something out. Kendra made a post on Facebook the other day. Would you be a stay-at-home wife? Yes, I would do that 100% now. Why? Because I could slow down everything I'm doing. But guess what I can do?
Stop.
I can invest in passive income. 100%. So now that I know how to invest in developments, there's going to always be a way I can make money without physically doing the work because I've already figured that part out.
That's good.
I have the most time now. Yeah. Like I tell people, I have the most time I've had in so many years right now to do podcasts, to go to all the events, to enjoy because of the way I structured my business.
That's good.
So absolutely, you can still have something going on and still be a catering, loving, feminine, divine wife.
That's good. So just figure out a way, ladies, to invest your money, whatever you got. Learn a skill.
Yes.
And I ain't gonna lie, I still think being a realtor, so my daughter, she's 18 now, and I don't know if this is true. They say you can't become a realtor until you graduate with a diploma. I don't know if that's factual.
Yeah, but she can actually take the class before she gets her diploma. So she can take the class and then she can take the test, the state exam, once she gets her diploma, right at 18.
And I was telling her, I'm like, I've made this whole plan but I'm learning that let them do what they want. I'm like, listen, I'm going to call Quiana, see if you can intern. I had you selling $1 million home in 6 months.
Listen,
we going to turn your gram up. I'm like, but I'm like, it's so, I don't want to say it's easy because I'm not great with tests, but you legit can become a realtor in 30 days.
Yeah.
And start selling homes.
And this is the thing.
What am I going to college for?
I tell people all the time, I do have my master's degree. I have my MBA with a focus in business administration. I have my associate's degree. It actually is a business degree with a focus in marketing. However, if I had to do it all over again, I could skip getting those degrees,
100%,
focus on my real estate license, and get some take a couple of business trade classes, just so you are out here operating at a high level, or join like an online training academy like Agent Tools for Success
100%.
that gives you all the resources to be great.
Y'all
right?
better get in there.
Shameless plug.
Plug it. Yeah.
But you definitely want to. You can skip. And you can absolutely be great. I think real estate is the most beautiful field of business because you can even do it part-time and make 6 figures part-time. Yeah. Just serving your community of people.
And that could be one house.
Listen.
Especially if you do your play, grow in the luxury, get in the rooms, let them know what you got going.
Absolutely.
Sponsor these events that have.
Exactly. And make sure that when you're in the room, you leave an impact. Absolutely. I love this business. I think that real estate is a beautiful business to be a part of. I encourage everyone to get their real estate license and come in here with the right mindset.
My wife get one just to get one. Like,
listen,
look, go take this test. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
You go sell $1 million home. What's it? You get the realtor get 3%.
You know, you live life.
30,000.
You heard, you calculated correctly.
3,090,000 one deal.
You know how to add.
Yeah. Wow. That's different. So I really want people to I just want more people to understand, Quiana, like you really could go get skilled up a lot sooner. Like sometimes we delay, ain't nothing wrong with the MBA and all that, but respectfully, it probably wouldn't pay you what you get paid from running your business.
Absolutely.
Working somewhere else.
It won't. It would not.
And I'm talking about that maybe it took 6 years to get. Somebody could come learn with you and you up in a few months. Selling.
Immediately. You're selling and you understand the art of sales, marketing, and marketing real estate is different than marketing other businesses. So I always say when people look to other people that are not in real estate for branding and positioning for real estate, you're doing your business a disservice.
100%.
Look to someone that's actually doing it in the real estate field because again, there's a fine line with us because it's still a professional field.
It's like a videographer. Like, listen, I've called your video. I don't know, it's Q Sutton who do the drones.
Oh, yes.
He's a specialist with real estate photography.
Oh, yes. He gonna kill it.
You could go to somewhere else. That's not what they do. And it may not translate the same. Go to the specialist.
Oh, shout out to QC Visuals.
Yeah.
He does an amazing work.
Yeah,
that
drone work be official.
Yes.
Also, I want you to tell about, it seemed like you do a great job also. I'm learning a lot of this is building relationships, but you list all of Delphine's spots. You list a lot, get in with the builders, build that relationship, and now you're not selling one home, you selling every time one go up is being sold.
Yes.
Game over.
And let me tell you something, game over. And shout out to Delphine, CEO and owner of Nick and Brothers, and building that relationship just came at the perfect time, right? So even with her, she's building, she has a community of 18 houses that I'm going to list.
Wow.
I listed 7 of her luxury homes, all different communities. We have another community of 41 houses that I'm going to exclusively list.
Wow.
Having that relationship and working with listings is how I've been able to leverage my business. That's why I have time. Because once I listed and put together the marketing strategy and the plans, my team manages it.
Wow.
I'm not in the field. I don't have to go show a buyer 15 houses. Shout out to the buyers though. My team still service you, but I don't have to do that anymore. I have one person I answer to. We go over our plans. I list these properties and we move along. And that is how you scale your real estate business. They always said list to last. And I never understood list to last in real estate. I never understood it until I experienced it. Now I get it.
Yeah. When you say it, it means, just so I understand, list the last.
It just means at some point, let me give you a real example. 8 years ago, I would have 4 different clients, 4 different buyer clients. And I would drive one client to McDonough. I meet them at McDonough, show them 3 houses. Then I go from McDonough to Smyrna. So that's 45 minutes away. I show another client 4 houses. Then from Smyrna, I go to Alpharetta. That's 45 minutes away. Show them 4 houses. Then go back up to Gwinnett County. Show them 4 houses. Now I've shown 16 houses in one day, 4 different clients. And I got to get back home and negotiate 4 different contracts if they chose the houses. I don't have the energy. You will never have that same energy. You will not maintain that type of momentum. You won't be able to keep doing that in the business. You have to grow up and scale up. So that's why you have to have a succession plan. Because eventually you're not going to be able to do that.
100%. And what I like though is that you went through it though.
Oh, yes.
So now it built the work ethic. And now that's how you know, here's how you really do this. Here's the better way to do this.
Exactly.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Just really but I love this real estate game. It's just seeing like how y'all doing it and impacting these lives, and it's just crazy how a realtor could just, you sell a house a month. It's like, it's not impossible.
It's not. I mean, even most recently, I just got 7 houses under contract in 2 weeks.
Wow.
We drove out. We did we went out and drove every property, put under contract signs on there. I'm like, let me let the people know, like, this is what the work looks like.
Right. Let me ask you this question. Is it, you selling $1 million, $2 million, $3 million home, is it easier to sell that, or is it easier to sell $200,000-$300,000? Like, because I feel like, for me, when I got this, I only looked at one house and said, okay, like, well, maybe three maybe, but it seemed, are 200, 300, 400, and I'm not, are they looking at 1, 2, 3? Are they looking at 10, 50? Like, what client is easier?
I have to be honest. The luxury client is easier. And I feel like it's because they have a level of success already.
Got it.
Most of them are entrepreneurs. So they don't have time to waste. They don't want to waste your time, and they don't want to waste their own time. So they typically see less houses. They make decisions fairly quickly.
Got it.
And they got the paperwork and they're ready to move along. So it is easier to manage a luxury client because they're not as emotional by the time, they're already business leaders.
I looked at some houses. It was very simple. I made some simple decisions. Like, let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. So that's been dope. But I wanted to revert back to something because I want to understand. You mentioned earlier self-love. What does that mean, really? Like when you say, is that doing, let me take myself for a massage? Is that me having therapy? Like, what does self-love mean? Just so I got to understand.
I got to really expand on this. And I didn't recognize, and I'll say this, even through my divorce, I didn't recognize by just saying I'm divorced, this happened to me, that it freed so many people. I was flooded with so much love from so many women. And I think that we walk around with shame sometimes. And I want to say self-love to me is all of it. Is forgiving people, forgiving what you cannot forget. That's a great book, but that's also a real statement. Recognizing that self-love can be therapy. I feel like we can all use therapy to kind of help work our thoughts through things. I have a very close relationship with God. Shout out to Change Church, Darius Daniels. I go religiously. I've been going religiously for over a year.
That's my dog.
And, also like doing things like I have like starting to work out, like prioritizing my health. I eat healthier now. We were just talking about like how I changed my diet. I got rid of pork. That's self-love. That's maintaining yourself. I get facials now every single month. I get 2 or 3 massages a month. I wake up and I decide that today I'm going to have a positive mindset. So I journal about things that may be negative. I journal about it. And then as I end, I write out what I'm grateful for and why those frustrations that I have, I can release those, you show yourself self-love, I think, by even making sure that you feel good when you walk out the door. Whatever that looks like for you, though. Because everybody's level of what makes me feel good. If you got your yoga outfit on, you a natural girl, no lashes, nothing, but you feel good about yourself, that's important. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, go for that. And I feel like you operate in self-love by showing like I love myself too much to allow anyone to give me a mediocre experience in this one life that I have.
That's good.
I love myself way too much to allow any person to come in my space and give me a mediocre experience. And because I operate in that way, even from not maintaining my previous marriage, or even in the space I am now when it comes to business and personal relationships, I'm not going to allow anyone to treat me less than how I treat myself. And I treat myself well. I love myself a lot,
That's good.
That's self-love.
I like that. I'm happy you said that. Now, let me ask you, you mentioned therapy. I didn't get therapy till later in my relationship. I mean, 3 years ago, maybe, and maybe even longer. And I just learned about love languages. I didn't even know that was a thing, right? So you got your, I still don't know them all. I know what my wife says. It's the touch one, whatever the touch is.
It's like acts of service.
Acts of service, yeah. So do you think ladies, just in people should be getting therapy, whether just now, like meaning even before, whether you're married, not married, just to talk things out?
I mean, even in my marriage, we were in therapy in the marriage, right? And it wasn't, people think therapy is a reactive thing. It's not reactive. You don't go to therapy to react to something negative. You go to therapy to prevent the negative things from coming in, right? Good. So we need to stop looking at therapy as this thing like something happened, now I got to go to therapy. Yeah. How about you go to therapy now so you can unpack and get more emotionally intelligent about who you are? So when you do meet your mate, your friend, your family, you have actually created the strength within yourself so you can be a better person for those people that are around you.
That's good. That's powerful, man. This has been a powerful show. Is there anything you want to share that I haven't asked? I don't know if there's anything.
I feel like you've asked everything.
Okay, good.
I feel like you have asked everything.
All right, good.
I just want to wrap up with saying, again, I think that we all have this one life to live.
Yeah, that's good.
And in this one life, just make sure that you are truly immensely happy.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for that. Quiana, let everybody know how they could tap in with you and how they can find you.
How you can find me is go to my website, QuianaWatson.com. Everything is Quiana Watson. Go to my YouTube channel, Instagram. Everything is Quiana Watson. Check me out. I do a little something.
That's a fact. So guys, man, thank y'all for another show. Quiana, thank you so much for your time. I ain't gonna lie, I've got a great joy from this show. I felt it was fire, it was informational, it was inspirational, and I know somebody could go get a bag off of it too.
That's what
if they execute.
That's
so
right.
Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, y'all, we'll see you on the next one.